Hey guys, it's Mark Rodriguez here.
And this is Wendy, also known as Ms. Juby or Juby Chan. Call me whatever you want. But yeah, we're here to talk about Joker 2. Like, you should already know what the plot is. Arthur got in trouble last week. We killed a few people. You know what I'm saying? Killed one person on national TV. Now he's in Arkham Asylum. Going, doing all that trial stuff to see if he should be put to death by a district attorney who shouldn't even exist yet. Yeah, we here to give our real feeling on this crazy movie now, right, Mark?
Yeah, this is gonna be like all balls to the wall, full-on spoilers. The ending is also spoiled, so if you guys haven't seen the movie, this is your final warning because we're gonna go into everything, including the ending.
Yeah, we want to be respectful last time, and now,
yeah,
welcome.
Yes, so first of all, the movie actually went, I don't know if it actually happened or it was projected to happen, but it was going to be an 82% drop on the second weekend of the Joker movie, which right now actually we're currently in the second weekend. Last weekend was still the big opening one, and I'm sure that after seeing the movie and word of mouth starts spreading around, you tell your brother, your cousin, whatever, yeah, don't watch this shit, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
So, bottom line, flat out, like the gate, the biggest thing with the movie is that it completely undoes everything from the first movie.
Yeah.
So the first movie had all the stuff going on. I'm sure you guys saw it. But the big climax is that Arthur became the Joker and embraced the Joker personality. He was locked up, but he's doing, running away, killing people, and all that stuff. And he amasses all these followers. So you're kind of thinking, well, first of all, you're thinking the movie should have just ended there. It was a good standalone movie.
Yeah, it was. And then when I found out they were make a second movie, because like I said, I didn't know any details that they said. Only that since it made so much money, they're going to do a Joker 2. And in my mind, I was thinking, what could they possibly do?
Yeah.
To continue the story.
Exactly. So if there ever was to be a sequel, you would expect it would go more into like how Arthur actually becomes the Joker that we know, or at least someone closer to the Joker that we know. I always thought that Fleck seemed too far off from the Joker because he was, more pathetic and depressed and all the stuff happened and things like that. I always felt it was better to just leave it to your imagination. We'll assume that he'll become the Joker that we know. We don't necessarily have to see it. You can all craft your own theories or whatever. We didn't have to see it. But this was the big movie, so you're expecting, I don't know, something, a big uprising, or I don't know, but something,
I will give the movie credit for this. So something I will say the movie is still good with. The acting was still very good. The way it was shot was still very good. Mm-hmm. All those things were still good. It's just everything. The story is just so messed up with him.
Yeah.
The fact that he did go back to his little Arthur Fleck stuff while he was in Arkham, I could maybe see that happening. He just kind of retreated back into himself. And the fact that he was being medicated too, that could be a reason why as well. Mm-hmm. But the fact that, he goes back into that, getting into that persona, having the fantasies again, like, he wants the Joker side of him to come back out. They should have played with that. They should have built on that, but they did not do that.
Yeah. So basically, the whole thing was that, he went back to being Arthur Fleck, and like Wendy says, if you think about it, maybe being so overly medicated, that could have done that,
That's what I'm thinking.
But we could have had, I guess, more, I guess that he's trying to find some way to get out of his shell and be back again, and that's where you kind of get Lady Gaga's character, Harley Quinn, or Lee Quinzel, that's trying to get him back out of his shell and be the Joker. And the thing is, the movie, I know there's all the musical and all this stuff, whatever, but the thing is, you're still curious to see what's going to happen because you're not, assuming how the movie actually did end, right? So you're kind of, okay, where we're going with this? We got musicals. He's falling in love with Gaga's character. We got the trial. The trial has the big stakes that if he's found guilty, you're going to put him to death. What's going to happen? How's he going to, what's going to make him snap and whatever. And
and especially since we know that Joker is a character that's prominent in the universe in general, the DC universe. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen so that he won't be facing the death penalty or getting put to death because it's Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, every single villain that gets put into Arkham Asylum always gets out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so bottom line, the one big thing that fucked everything up, well, okay, there's several, but one of the first ones is that at the end of the movie, near the end of the movie, when they do all the court stuff, I think what happened is whenever they brought back the witnesses that you know from the first movie, mostly the Mr. Puddles and the woman that was like his imaginary girlfriend, the woman from the apartment that he thought he was in a relationship with, but the movie reveals that it never happened or whatever.
Yeah.
Like getting their perspectives on the one side. The little dude was the only person that ever was nice to Arthur, so when he killed
like,
the other people...
friend that you could actually consider a friend, like an actual, real, not imaginary relationship.
He didn't kill him, and you think it's good, but then you find out now in this movie that he was completely traumatized from the entire event. And then, of course, the woman he was fantasizing about, now he hears firsthand how, you know, like whatever, but then he also, like, hears about, like, what his mother thought of him and how his mother, you know, the stuff he said about how behind his back or whatever. So, you would think in a certain way, after thinking more about the movie, that could have been something that could have made Joker snap and whatever. And then also, not so nice things happened to him in prison. The general consensus is that stuff happened to him in prison that we don't like to bring up on this channel. And
I think it's kind of implied. I don't know. I think it's just open to interpretation.
Yeah, because on my side,
because I was thinking that, but at the same time, I didn't want to go there.
Yeah, I was thinking he just got roughed up and stuff like that. But then, you know, there's hints, there's clues. But the general consensus on the internet is that that did happen, you know.
They did some stuff.
Yeah, and then to make it worse, he's like lying in prison after such event, and one of his little followers is chanting when the Saints go marching in, which is something they would chant a lot in the movie and everything, and the cops choke him to death, and you know Arthur hears all that. So I'm thinking between either that event or the event with the people in court, those should have been the moments that he finally fucking snaps and becomes a Joker, but instead, those moments completely break him even worse. And the thing that no one wanted to see, that no one expected for this movie, is that when it all came down to it in court, he says like, no, I'm not the Joker, I'm just Arthur Fleck, I'm taking accountability for all the murders and stuff I've done.
And I just want everything to end.
Yeah, and that's just, I mean, the fuck was that? You know what I mean? And then even when he goes back to Gaga's character, she leaves him because she wanted the Joker. She was hoping for all the stuff, and now that the fantasy is over, she's also gone. And I don't know. It's like can you imagine? This is like any other comic book movie or something. Let's say the first Captain America movie was mostly about him like being, you know, normal, and he gets buffed up with the serum. He does a bunch of stuff, and maybe something makes him decide he's going to become the great Captain America. He's going to, you know, fight the Red Skull, and the movie, maybe he, I don't know, maybe he beats up some of the lesser guys, but it proves that, you know, you're assuming the sequel, okay, in the sequel, he's going to go after the Red Skull now, because he's ready. Everyone loves him and stuff. And then the second movie, I don't know, maybe Bucky dies or something, and he's all like, it's just too dangerous. People are dying. I don't want to do this no more. I'm not Captain America. I just want to go back to being, you know, Steve Rogers. And he goes to the place and gets like some kind of antidote, or they suck the syrup, I don't know, and he turns back to his scrawny self.
The little scrawny, the scrawny AS.
And then like maybe some random punch just shoots him in the head or something, and there you go. There's Captain America, guys. That's the sequel. And that's what happened here. So he renounces the Joker, and then to make things like the real big fuck you to everyone that ever sympathized with Arthur Fleck, and we'll kind of get into that. He's back in prison and everything, and this other dude that I guess he's been like a follower of him wants to tell him a joke, and the joke is basically kind of like the first movie, the whole you get what you fucking deserve, and he shanks him. And when I saw that, I'm like, dude, what, huh? You know.
And I mean, of course, like I said, you went in knowing something that people complained about the ending. I went in 100% blind.
Yeah.
Because I don't really, you know, do much with trailers. You know, I don't really came online as much as everybody else, so I knew nothing.
Yeah, I just heard that it's a bad ending, and it's so bad that it makes the first movie pointless. So I was kind of curious, okay, how's it going to end? What could they possibly do that's so bad that everyone's so pissed off? So the thing is, not only is Arthur Fleck, you know, got shanked, he fell down to the ground, he's bleeding out, he's dying, but as
he dies with a smile on his face.
Yes, but as he's dying and stuff, like the camera, you know, the effect where the person is closer is clearer, but whoever's in the background is kind of fuzzy. Out of the fuzziness, the guy who killed him is laughing insanely like a certain someone, and he actually starts carving the infamous glass little smile on his face, which hints that this person is going to be like the actual Joker we're supposed to know down the line. But again, that becomes, then why the fuck did we spend 2 movies with Dr. Fleck then?
Yeah, but you know, in all honesty, from the first movie, this is what I was expecting, because like I said, I had no idea we were going to make a second movie. I was thinking that maybe because all the people, the uprising, that there was going to be like people are going to like try to emulate Joker, and he's just going to have the followers and all that other stuff, something like that. Or either Arthur Fleck was going to, influence someone to fully become Joker. Something like that. But not in this way. Like what the second movie seemed to be trying to do.
Yeah, but people would not like that either, though.
No, I mean, that's what I was thinking maybe they were going to do, but then the fact that he met Bruce in the first movie, but maybe, Bruce going to grow up to have a hatred towards Joker because someone dressed as, in the clown outfit killed his parents. So either way, they were still going to make a connection, even if it was going to be a loose one. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, well, this is what I would have done with this movie, honestly. Maybe, yeah, keep all the trial stuff, but I still think it would have been better instead of having Gaga's character as Harley Quinn. I think they should just stuck closer to her origin in general. So her, putting herself into Arkham, checking her own self and all that other stuff, just to get close to Arthur is fine. I think it would have been nicer if she would have been working in that section where she would have to be a psychiatrist for him and she just falls for him, or because she gets so engrossed with him or something like that. In that way, I think that would have worked out better than what we got with her character, because you can only work with what they wrote for her, because you can't really put any fault on her for that.
Yeah.
But I think that would have made more sense, or her watching the Joker movie, a part of the TV movie they kept making reference to but never actually showed any of, and just be like, I want to study him. I'm curious about it. I want to know how his mind works. And maybe she gets so engrossed into it, then she starts to fall for him.
What you could have done that would have, I'm sure would have pissed off some people too, because she won't technically be a psychiatrist, but what he could have done is that the woman representing him could have been Harley instead. And she could be trying to defend him at first, but as the movie goes on, she gets more and more twisted. Maybe she starts to empathize and understand more. Maybe, maybe
something
she sees
like that would have been more interesting.
Some horrible shit here and there, or some horrible shit happens to her. She starts thinking, you know what, Arthur Fleck is right, and starts going like that or something.
Yeah, but then again, how could it? And then that would have.
It's a possible.
It's another thing they could have done with that, and I think that makes more sense. But the way they have her set up in this movie to be with him, I think is just too convoluted.
Yeah.
But her wanting to study him, or in some way where she's directly working with him, I think would have worked out better, or like you said, started trying to help him, but not in a way where she's obsessed with him before she even meets him. I think would have been, because there was no real build up in the relationship. It's just, ooh, I saw a movie about you, I liked you, and I want you.
But one thing I was thinking too, was possible, but I don't know, because that would have led to a third movie or something. But I think one thing they could have done is that if Joker did escape from prison and embrace his personality, and like there's like full-on riots and fires and shit, like have the TV news showing like, pandemonium out there, it's madness, and everyone's supporting the Joker, and who could ever stop him, when will this end, or whatever, and end it with like Bruce Wayne as a kid watching it on TV and stuff, and
they getting like upset that because of this guy, my parents are dead.
Well, yeah, well that too. But I mean, like no words, just
as the meaning for it.
Yeah, but I mean, like at the very end, have a bat fly through the window and scale, and just end it there. Because remember, he was supposed to be inspired by the bat that's scary. He was looking for something scary, but he didn't know what until he saw the bat. So I would end with him like whatever, and then like just. Like the bat comes in, and then just cut to black, and then credits and stuff.
Yeah,
my only problem with that is that then they would have to make a third one, because everyone's gonna want to see that. But I mean, better than what we got, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just something. Like I said, this movie just, and even with the musical numbers, like I said, okay, they can sing and stuff, but it did seem to kind of drag the movie. Like I said, it got to the point where even I was saying, why are we having this? Yeah. What's the point of this? Even if you watch a Disney movie with, you know, the Disney where they have all their songs, usually the songs are relevant for what's going on.
And it also helps because they're like new created songs purposely made for the scene at hand. Here there's like pre-existing songs, so they may not fit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, okay, I'm gonna go back to like just pick a random Disney movie. So I'm gonna go with like
The Lion King.
Okay, we'll go with The Lion King. The first song was about the circle of life. It was just, you know, it was just showing, you know, it was a, you know, the king's new son, you know, it wasn't meant to like say anything, it was just an introduction into the film. Then we got like Can't Wait to Be King, because Simba saying, hey, I'm gonna be king like my daddy someday, you know? And, you know, be prepared, you know, Scar's like,
evil plan.
His, you know, his evil plan song, and he's saying it, and it's in the lyrics of the song. You know, you gotta take certain duties on board. You know, all that stuff. And then Hakuna Matata, you know, wasn't he trying to escape from his problems? Yeah. Which was a problem because he didn't want to face the reality. That was the point of that song. And Can You Feel the Love Tonight was the only one I didn't like as a child. And still can't. I like Elton John's version better. Yeah, I mean, those are all the songs I think for that movie. But yeah, but each song had a purpose. But for the Joker 2 movie, it's like, dang, Lady Gaga can sing. Let's just throw in a song. But there were a couple of songs that actually were relevant. So mostly anything that was in author's mind, you know? So I think that kind of worked, especially the courtroom scene where he's being more like himself. Yeah. You know, he had that Joker personality out, and he was actually singing in, you know, in that fantasy, you know. So
the one thing I just thought right now was kind of confusing was that near the end, when Fleck confronts Gaga for the final, like, whatever, and then she says that, like, it's over between them because, like, the fantasy is gone, that's all they really had or whatever, she starts singing. And Fleck is like, oh, okay, stop singing, stop, just talk to me, stop singing. So I'm kind of like, so were some of the musicals real? Why is she suddenly singing now? I'm confuzzled. Because that implies that at least some of the musicals must have actually happened, or something.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, like I know.
I thought he was just reflecting what the audience would be thinking at that point. Oh God, please stop singing, just talk.
Yeah.
We are not in a Disney movie.
That's weird.
Disney doesn't own us yet, I think.
Oh my God. Well, eventually, you know. But yeah, so those are the two biggest things. And of course, the big question is why and what was this movie for? Who was it for? Because the thing is, it does, again, feel like a big fuck you.
I think it was for Warner Brothers executives.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The two big rumors going out is that, number one, this was out of spite for the director Todd Phillips, who only wanted the first movie to just be a standalone movie, but due to it being a runaway hit and a big success and all that, they pushed him to make a sequel, and they gave him all this money, and he's like, well, fuck it, I'll just completely fuck it up and everything. And he did say that he is done with DC after this, but it's like, well, yeah, you killed the fucking main character, so you can't make a third one out there, like you know. And then the other thing that I'll tread lightly on it, but apparently what happened is, I guess us as the fans, we weren't supposed to sympathize with Arthur. We weren't supposed to agree with the character, even though he's the protagonist, and the movie does show things from his point of view. And like the Joker in the first movie,
he wasn't supposed to be a reliable narrator anyway.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he wasn't an evil bastard from the start. You see all this horrible shit happen to him, so it kind of, you know, that kind of thing. So I guess in this movie, it's like, haha, you empathize with him? Well, fuck you. You want to be the Joker that you know from the comics, or at least closer to it? Well, fuck you. We're going to make all this shit happen to him, make it worse, make the guards do stuff to him, and make him, like, renounce. Oh, yeah, you want him to be the Joker? We'll make him renounce the Joker personality. Take that, you assholes. And stuff like that. It's like,
I said, the first movie was good. It just shows how society, you know, nature versus nurture, that argument, you know, how he was pretty much screwed for his entire life, and he just finally snapped. It's sort of like the Joker, what was it, the animated series, episode. You know the title of the Bad Day or whatever it was?
Yeah,
that's
the One Bad Day, yeah.
Yeah, the One Bad Day. That's just what all it made me think of, honestly. I mean, just on
yeah, it was their
level.
version of the Killing Joke. Just
yeah,
different
thank you. That's it. The Killing Joke. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, and anyone, like I said, with half a brain should be able to understand what the point was. We're not condoning what he did, but we understand what led him to his actions. Yeah. We're not saying it was right, but we understand why he did it.
Yeah. But that was like the thing. That's the general sentiment. Whether it's spite of the studios or spite of the fans, the movie just feels like it was made out of spite. Because, again, I've never seen any movie or movie series that does something like that. You know, like, even any other villain. Can you imagine a movie where, like for example, Revenge of the Sith, where it ended with what's his face becoming Darth Vader? Can you imagine another movie after that where he just like hangs it up and says, yeah, I don't want to be a bad guy no more. You know what? Cancel all plans. They shut down the Death Star. I want to get surgery or something to, you know, rebuild my limbs, but without a fucking, you know, evil motif or whatever. Like, you know what? Yay, what's it called? Luke and the other guy. All, you know, just cuff me. I'm done. I'm fucking done. You know what I mean? Like that's the equivalent of that. It's a character that you're looking up to, or at least, you know, I mean, fan base. I mean, look up to Joker or Darth Vader, but you know what I mean. It's a person that you care about. Even here, like, you don't want to see Light Yaga. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give the death note to the police. Turn me in. I can't be Kira. I'm done, man. I'm sick with this show.
I think this is a better example here.
Yeah.
Because see, like with the Darth Vader thing, he was more complex. There was more complexity to him. He was thinking in black and white.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So it completely undoes the first movie. And anyone that loved the movie, and the first one was loved. It was a big success. They weren't expecting it, but it made tons of money and all that stuff.
Is it like $1 billion?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just I've never seen this before ever in the movie, and people make comments and jokes about bad movies or whatever X Y Z, but this is like it just felt like it was a purposely bad made movie.
Yeah, you know, sort of like when Warner Brothers got rid of Tim Burton and they got Joel Schumacher to take over the Batman films, and it made it more like kiddie-fied.
Yeah, but it was still, you know, he didn't renounce being Batman or some shit.
Well, I know he did it, but it just got so
this one,
silly.
Yeah, I know.
Now, I'm just thinking like the tone. I'm just thinking like a tone shift. That's all. Just in that regards, and you know, that's something Warner Brothers did that was kind of dumb, and it killed Batman for a while. Yeah. The Batman franchise for such a while. You know? I don't think we're going to be getting a Joker movie anytime soon.
Well, I mean, they killed the main character, and no one cares enough about, I guess, this last-minute replacement to even want a movie about him. And, I mean, it's just bad. The movie's going to tank. I mean, this movie's already down to 82%, and that's just the second opening, you know, second weekend. And going down to the third weekend, I mean, it's going to probably be at the biggest flop. It's going to probably be at the absolute bottom place, or not even in the top 10 by next week. Because the more the word spreads, because I'm assuming the only people that went to see this movie are people that are kind of, it can't be that bad, it can't be that bad. And then they go see it, and oh, fuck.
Or those who saw the first movie, they're just curious about the second one, too.
Yeah, but that missed it, you know, opening weekend. You know? And then maybe they're not online much, they don't hear all the reviews, they're just, let's just go see it.
Like me, because like I say, I really don't either, so.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's the other thing. The movie, the first one was so good, despite the fact that it was started to be a musical, and Lady Gaga's going to be Harley Quinn. I know some people saw it as red flags or whatever, but I was still curious because the first movie was so good. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in an open mind.
In other words, how can they mess it up?
Exactly, how can they mess it up? I know this and this, but I mean, based on the first movie, if they could make that work, I'm sure they could make this work, and hell fucking no, they did not make it work. And the bad thing is, like I said, it just sounds like it didn't work, but like by design or something. And one sign is they were too lazy to make their own fucking songs.
Yeah,
at least one.
I think that would have helped out a lot if they probably would have had it. Then he had the music, the lyrics would have reflected what the characters are thinking. You
know, one missed opportunity they would have done, and it would have been like, and then this is something that I'm sure all the comic book fans would have been flipping their shit and whatever, in a good way I mean, is the Joker was singing a song about like, it was something like Just Go Mad, Just Go Mad, when he had Commissioner Gordon tied up, and because he shot Barbara Gordon in The Killing Joke, undressed her and got pictures of her and stuff. Yeah. And they had Commissioner Gordon tied up naked going through a roller coaster, and while he's going, he's seeing all these giant photos of Barbara Gordon all messed up in different, angles or whatever. And the Joker singing a song about just go mad, let it go, and stuff like that. And of course, it's a comic book, so you don't know how the song actually goes in terms of the melody. I know the animated version did one, but again, it's open to interpretation. It's a comic book. You don't know what rhythm they're going for. So somewhere in there, maybe when Joker finally snaps in court, they could have had him sing that song with those lyrics. And I'm sure all the comic book fans would have been, oh, it's a song for the Killing Joke comic. Like that would have probably have hyped it up and whatever. And that was a perfect, because it's a musical, it's like, it's like a missed opportunity. It's like the one time the Joker in the comics actually does break out in song in real life. You know what I mean? Not in a fantasy sequence. That would have been an awesome idea.
Yeah, but now, like you said, I mean...
And that's something that no one... we've seen so many videos trashing the movie. No one has come up with that. And the thing is, it's a musical anyways. It's a song. It doesn't really ruin the flow of the movie or, Fleck wouldn't do that.
Flow?
I mean...
The flow is awful.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be so out of character for him to sing that exact song from the comics. That would have been awesome. Mm-hmm. But alas, they did not do that, and at last they chose to just kill it. They took out Old Yeller out there and shot it.
They killed the Joker.
They killed the Joker.
Yeah.
And it's just, and it ruins Todd Phillips' reputation. I'm not sure about Joaquin Phoenix. I'm sure he's a good enough actor to still bounce back from this.
I mean, like I said, all the acting in the movie was fine. All honestly, everyone's acting was good. And I still say they shouldn't have had Harvey Dent in there.
Yeah.
I think
Lady Gaga, I feel she did a good job, but everyone seems to have some kind of, I don't get it, some kind of anti-bias or whatever against her. And I thought she was good in the movie. It's just
what she had to work with.
But I have a feeling that after this one, whenever there's another movie with her in it of whatever, people are going to be like, oh, her again. Oh, didn't they learn from the Joker movie? Oh, I can already kind of hear that negativity.
But hopefully they'll go back to A Star Is Born instead, So. Yeah. Because I haven't seen that movie. I don't really have much interest in it. But, I didn't have anything against her performance as Harley Quinn. Yeah. I just had a problem with how they wrote Harley Quinn.
Yeah. But, that's basically, pretty much it. Anything else, I feel I'm going to just be repeating myself in multiple ways. It just sucks that, like, he renounced his character and he went completely against what everyone was expecting. And then he gets just killed in prison with someone else taking place, which is kind of like, then why are we watching this movie then? Why wasn't a movie about the other guy since day one? It's like a friend of ours said, it's like 4 or 5 hours of your life within the 2 movies that just got wasted, It's just... I mean, it's like, I don't know. Imagine the Batman movie where at the end Batman gets killed. Some other dude's like, I'll be Batman from now on. And that's supposed to be the real Batman. Like, he shoots like Bruce Wayne that's still kind of sort of middle training, not quite there. Has maybe a crappy...
Batman Begins. He gets killed out early.
Yeah, he gets killed and Batman Begins. And someone else, some rando takes over. Oh, man. But yeah, like I said, we're beating a dead horse and repeating over and over. And that's the thing. That's just...
We just had to get it out. We wanted to wait until there are more spoilers that are fully out. And,
Yeah, and by now, like, there's so many videos about the Joker and stuff that you can't point the finger at us that it got spoiled. If you're watching this video, then you know what you're going to expect in the video.
Yeah. It was my birthday weekend, man.
Yep, happy birthday. So anyways, guys, this is Mark Rodriguez here.
At Sacrifice. Sleep for this movie.
Uh-huh.
Bye, guys.
Yep.